everybody, welcome back to another episode of Funny Girl Abroad. I did the Greek hi today. I never do it. I completely forgot about it, but that's how you say hi in Greece. Like, ah, yeah. It's, yeah, people usually just raise the hand like, hi. A little bit more cool, a bit more polished, a little bit more, just put together. In Greece, we go all in. It's amazing. I forgot about it in some time, but now I'm gonna start incorporating it again. So, hi everybody, and happy Easter to everybody who celebrates Easter. Eat, because that's what, let's be honest, that's what the whole thing's about. It's just the pleasures, the pleasures. That's all that matters. You eat stuff and you buy stuff. You eat and you buy, and then you eat and then you buy. So, what do you eat? Well, now it's Easter, so chocolate in different forms, chocolate, an egg with chocolate inside, a chocolate that is a bunny, chocolate bunny that is making chocolate eggs, and like, I don't know, but just all of that stuff, everything. Jesus in chocolate, chocolate cross, I don't know, maybe not that. Jesus we don't eat in chocolate, Jesus we eat in gluten. Gluten, okay. Bread, those little funny crackers, a bit of wine if you are, I don't know what that means. I don't know what's that move. Is that the move for Orthodox? Potentially. I don't know if people drink the wine in other flavors of Christian. So I thought that everybody celebrated in a way, just to like maybe eat a chocolate piece or, something silly just for the social aspect. But I'm starting to realize that this is not the case, which is late. It's late for a person like me, for an adult, to realize that not everybody celebrates Christian celebrations if they're not freaking Christian, right? I mean, that makes a ton of sense. But please remember, I'm Greek, okay? I don't mean to excuse myself, but hear me out. I am very Greek. I was born and raised in Greece from two Greek parents and had all Greek classmates for all of my years, my whole life. Like, I don't know stuff. I don't know how the world works. I know how strong a tzatziki should be so that it's still a little bit extra delicious, but you don't smell afterwards, like you don't get a bad breath. I know a lot of things that I don't need to know, but I don't know important things. I learned some things today. I had a comedy show today, so then I got on stage and I was talking to people, and it kind of came up that people that are not Christian, they don't do anything for Easter. Like not even the stuff that is, I thought that they don't do the religious stuff, but even the stuff that's not religious, like, the chocolate or whatever, they don't do that. Maybe they see it as a getaway drug. Like, someone's trying to lure you in, you know? Like, yeah, here's a chocolate egg. What about it? Nothing, it's just a chocolate egg. You just eat it, it's delicious. Oh, okay, thank you. Yum, 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 yum. And next thing you know, you're performing exorcisms. Like, I don't know. I don't know. How does it feel if you're from a different religion? And like everybody seems to be taken, completely taken from this celebration. Because, people go crazy. It's not just like an evening out. It's a week long, sometimes more than that, craze that takes over people. And it's like their whole life goes upside down. It must feel a little bit like being the one sane person, like the one, I'm not sane, the one sober person when all of your friends are drunk. It must feel like being the designated driver at a bachelorette party. To be the not celebrating Easter or Christmas person during those celebrations. So everything just goes completely off the rails. And a week later, everybody is hungover, broke, has gotten 5 kilos in 2 days, has this foggy, just fog everywhere, can't remember everything very clearly. And you're like, yeah, just Monday, Monday as usual. That must feel pretty nice, I have to say. Like, I'm almost a little jealous, to be honest. Well, I'm Greek, so we do celebrate Easter. Not yet. We're Greek, so we get the chance to be late for stuff. We can do it. Later. Next week, next Sunday, still Sunday. There's more Sundays. That's something you hear a lot in Greece. People say that a lot when they're late for stuff, when they forget stuff. Maybe it's not just Greece. Maybe it's a general thing, but I've heard it definitely more in Greece when they say like, "Oh, there's Sundays." There's Sundays. There's more Sunday. There's tomorrow. There's tomorrow. It's there. You don't see it, but it's there. I promise you. You're gonna wake up, it's gonna be there. There's tomorrow, there's Monday, there's next month, there's next week. I'm not gonna talk about the Greek Easter though, because maybe I'm gonna do a special episode about the Greek Easter when it is the Greek Easter, right? I get two Easter episodes because I get two Easters. That's my life now. I can celebrate two Easters. Easter celebrations are completely cuckoo banana. Nothing makes any sense whatsoever. Like, even the most mainstream stuff, like the chickens and the eggs and the bunnies, and like it sounds like they asked a 5-year-old to design a celebration, and they just went like, oh, there's chickens and they're cute, but they're also made of chocolate, and then you eat them, and then inside there's an egg, and it has all chocolate inside, and then you eat that too. But then they also hide it, and then you have to go search to find it, and sometimes the egg inside has not just chocolate, but it also has a toy, and then you eat it, and then you play with the toy, and then we go to sleep. Thank you. That was beautiful. That was beautiful, little Anne. Let's do this for the next hundreds of years. It's completely crazy. I mean, and every time I hear new stuff about Easter, and at first I was surprised. I was like, what? This? How? Now I've completely given up. I'm not looking for meaning anymore. You know what they do in Sweden for Easter? They dress kids as little witches. Witches, Yeah, witches. The ones with the broom and everything. In Easter, shh, don't bother. Don't look for logic. You're gonna be the one who loses there. Okay. Witches are perfect for Easter. Why witches? Well, why bunnies? Do they take like a tall hat with like a pointed hat? Or like a broom? No, you know what they do? They just wear one of those like old lady things on the head that ties underneath the chin, and they put on freckles. So you're and old timey like long dresses. So freckles, long dress for old women, and freckles. That's just an old lady. Where's the witch part? Do you have a cat follow you at all times? There's nothing mystical about it. This is an old lady. She could be on her way to buy cheese. It's there. I don't know what to say. Sweden. This is kind of offensive, to be honest. I mean, what are you saying? That old women are witches? Is that the message here? Is that what we want to teach our children? I don't know. I'm kind of disappointed, to be honest. Wait a moment, I have to check this. Okay, for once in my life, I did the right thing. I paused the video and I went to do research. Which when I say I went to do research, it means I went to ask Trusty, that's what it means. Okay, so I went to my guy and I asked about the Easter witches because I was genuinely perplexed. But it turns out Easter witches is a translation, and the original Swedish word is actually old ladies. And this is where wish got stopped, but it didn't stop there. Because then he said, yeah, the translation is like old ladies, that's what it actually means, but we think they're witches, like they carry brooms and they go to the witch mountain, and I'm like, so the kids carry brooms with them? I haven't seen it in like the photos, like, no, not really, but they're witches. So I don't know what's going on here. I think there are some mysterious old lady that may or may not have some connection to Satan. That's an interesting way to celebrate Easter also, right? Questionable old ladies with satanic tendencies going around town. Well, that's cool. That sounds like textbook Halloween, to be honest. This is like perfect Halloween tradition. If they told me this was Sweden's Halloween tradition, I'd be like, cool, that's super cool. Also, what happens with the boys? Are the boys also witches? Because they're not wizards for sure. That's not what we're doing. The spirit is old lady. That means that a little boy, a 9-year-old little Swedish boy, has to dress like an old lady? That sounds like something that your mom would bribe you to do. Like, yeah, sure, you can have like 5 extra hours of screen time for the next week if you let me put those freckles on you. Crazy stuff with Easter. Nothing makes sense. Nothing. I'm challenging you. Tell me more stuff. I want to hear it. I'm not gonna judge it. I'm not gonna try to see how it relates or make sense of it. I want to be surprised at this point. You know what's the craziest thing I heard today? Never knew about it. Never heard about it in the past. Turns out, in Slovakia, for Easter, I think I was told, let's put this on the correct, scale, because if they were lying, I don't want to, incriminate myself. I was told that they whip each other. They whip each other, like with actual whips. And I think they even said, like, just the women, they whip the women. And it's, of course, everybody was horrified immediately in the whole room. And the guy was like, no, but it's just a little. It's just a little. It's for fun. Oh, I had no words for it. I mean, this sounds like a kink. This is a sexual kink. This is textbook BDSM situation. Whipping, but a little for fun? Are we? Christianity has gotten real loose. I thought we were weird in Greece because we just, like take eggs and like fight with the eggs. That's all we do. We just take the eggs and we paint them red, and then we like have egg fights. It's like also sounds like a 5-year-old came up with it. It sounds like something you could do in kindergarten at playtime. And when adults do it for real. It's crazy. Meanwhile, in Slovakia, people go like, Christos Aneste. I mean, I don't know what else are you gonna tell me after this to surprise me even more, but I'm not losing hope. I think there's a crazy tradition somewhere but I've never heard about, and I would like to hear about it, so please let me know. So that was a little bit of a podcast, just, wrapping up the Swedish way. That was a little bit of a podcast. Thank you so much for today. Thank you for being here and watching this. And I will see you in the future. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks. Thanks. Bye. 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 Bye.